Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. This is Zahirul Buyan. Thank you for watching my video again. In this video, we are going to learn how you can form XPath in Selenium WebDriver. In the previous videos, we have learned XPath, like how you can identify object by using XPath, but we have used attribute name, attribute value, you know, text value, regular expression, but in XPath. But in this video we are going to learn how actually you can form XPath. Okay, and after that I'll be discussing a little bit about arguments and parameters in Java methods. So I'll be starting with XPath, how you can form XPath. But before I will form XPath, I will give you a little bit idea. This idea you will like when you will be automating using Selenium WebDriver. The idea that we are going to discuss now, it will help you in forming the XPaths. Okay, to do that, let's understand actually what is HTML, right? So if you inspect any of this object, let's say this home, right, inspect, you will see that basically it is a HTML page, and that HTML starts with HTML, and then it has a head, and then it has body. Under that body it has a div, and then under that div it has a table, and under that table it has a body. Can you see? Now if you, let's say, if you minimize that body, right, can you see HTML and then HTML tag ended here, body and body tag ended here, head and head tag ended here. Now if you expand the head, right, you will see that there are some element inside that head. As you can see, there is a title tag starting here, welcome Mercury Tools title, right? You will see that, and you see welcome Mercury Tools. So wherever you see that title inside head, that means it will be always displayed, this text will be displayed here in the website, right? And then after HTML you have the head tag, and then you have, remember that a tag starts with this less than and greater than sign, and then when you see that slash and then head, that means that tag is ending here. Similarly body, if you expand it, you will see that there are a lot of things inside the body, right? So this is actually HTML, right? So we have learned that HTML tag starts with this that word, and then less than greater than sign, and then the tag ends with this slash and that similar word. Okay, now so let's, to understand HTML a little bit, let's do a little bit research, right? So let's say understand HTML table. Okay, I'm going to search for it, and then can you see this? You go there, all of you will be able to go there, and then can you see try yourself? You click on it. Now when you click on try it yourself, right, you will see that basically this is the HTML, and this is the output of this HTML. So let's say that you are seeing that it starts with HTML, right, and that HTML is ending here, right? So that means whatever we have inside is the body of HTML. Now if you take a look, then we have head here, head tag is starting here, head tag is ending here. Inside head we have another tag called style, starting here, style ending here, right? So I will make it a little bit, I'll not make it that much complicated. I'll remove this head tag from here to make it a little bit easy to understand now. So if you remove that head tag, basically in the head tag there are some code that will be making the output looks beautiful. Now I have removed that code that was actually making this page beautiful. Now if I run it, you will see that the page is not that much beautiful as it was previously, right? So just don't worry about this beauty of the page at this point. So you understand that this HTML, it starts with HTML tag. Inside that there is a body, and inside the body has started here, the body has ended here, right? So whatever we have in between is the body. Now as you can see that inside body there is a h2 tag ending here, right? H2 means there are 7 H tag, H1, H2, H3, H up to H7. So let's say if you make it, instead of H1, H2, if you make it H1, right, and if you run it, you'll see that it is a little bit bigger. So instead of H1, if you do it H7, it will be smaller. Now if you run it, you'll see that HTML table is smaller, right? Now let's say that no, I do not want it that smaller, so I want it H4, right? And then you will see that it is in between, right? Now so that H is header. You can use it anywhere, and depending on the size of the H, it will be bigger or smaller. And then can you see there is a table here? So when you are dealing with XPath, the most of the times the element that you will have to handle is table, right? So now the table tag is starting here and the table tag is ending here, right? What it does actually, so as you can see, a table is just like a table. It has rows, right, and then it has column, right? So now as you can see that it has how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you'll see that inside the table we have 7 tier tag. Tier 1 starting here, ending here. Tier 2 starting here, ending here. Tier 3 starting here, ending here. Tier 4 starting here, ending here. Tier 5 starting here, ending here. Tier 6 starting here, ending here. Tier 7 starting here, and then tier 7 ending here, and then the table is done. That means how many rows we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's why we have 7 tier tag. Now inside each of the tier, let's say the first tier, can you see we have 3 th tag. Th means table header. Now can you see whenever you write it in th, it will be bold. Now can you see company, contract and country, right? So we have 3 th tag. 3 th tag, what does it mean? We have 3 column header. So this is a column, this is a column, and this is a column. So this 3 column has 3 th header. Th means table header. So that means we have 3 column here. One is this, another one is this, and the final one is this, right? 3 column has 3 column header. Now if you take a look, and after that this is the table header, and then if you go to the next row, this is the next row. Inside next row we have 3 td. Td means table data, right? This is, so here again these are the 3 column. Now if you again take the screenshot here, right, for this table, right? Now can you see that, let me take it to a notepad. Now can you see that up to this is a row. Now inside that row we have different table data. So different table data means what are those? So let me make it a different color. So this is a td, this is another td, and this is another td. You got it? So let's go back there. So as you can see that inside that tier we have Alfred's whatever the name is, and then we have Maria Andres, and then Germany. Now can you see inside, in the first row is the table header, the second row is the second row is the what? The second row is the is a data row, and then it inside that row it has 3 TD, right? And then the third row starting, it has again 3 row. TD means table data. TD means table data. Now can you see that this is another row? So likewise, you know, it will be going there. So let's say that if you want to form XPath, right? Let's say if you want to identify this object by XPath, how will you form this? So let me form this XPath. So it will be, first of all, you will be forming it in that way. First you put double slash, and then if you go there, you start with, what is that beginning tag? It is HTML, right? So how will you form that tag? HTML, and then you put a single slash, and then you have body, right? Then you put this body, and then you have H4, right? So you go there, and then you have a H4, and then, so remember our target is to reach this company, and then after that H4, what do I have? I have a table, so I'm going to put that table, right? And then if you take a look inside the table, I have this tr. So that tr, and then if you take a look in this, I want to reach this company, right? So next, so to reach the company, the next tag is th, so I'll have to give th. Now inside that tr, how many th do I have? Inside that tr, how many th I have? I have 3 th. So if you want to reach company, right? If you want to reach company, you will have to give th1. So if you want to reach contact, then we'll have to give th2. If you want to reach country, then you will have to give th3, right? So let's say that if you want to reach, again, inside that, if you take a look inside this, how many tier do we have? We have many tiers. So this is the first tier, right? So what you can do, you will, let's say if you want to identify this one, right? This one, what will you have to do, right? Again, let's form this. So first of all, you will have to, again, HTML body h4 you do not have to remember that body, right? Body, and then this h4 is independent, right? So let me just correct it, so we do not have to put that h4. Now you need to understand why we are not putting that h4, because the h4 is starting here, it is ended here. So this tag is not inside h4, it is inside body, so that's why we do not. So HTML body, and then it will be table, right? And then, right, we want to reach this Maria Andres. So this is the first tier, this is the second tier. So what we will have to do, we will have to put here tier 2, and then we are here tier 2, and then inside tier Maria Jones this is the second TD. So what we'll have to do, we'll have to put TD and 2. So likewise, if you want to identify, let's say this UK, right? This UK is, this is the first tier, this is the second tier, this is the third tier, this is the fourth tier, this is the fifth tier. Inside the fifth tier, this is the third TD. So what we will have to do, the tier is 5 and then this TD is 3 to identify that UK. So that is how you form XPath. Now let's go to an application where we are going to use XPath to identify an object, like in this way. Now before I go for that, let me tell you one thing. So the big the path is, remember that any application is always under construction. The developers, they modify the application, right? Let's say for some example, if we put another tier here, right? We put another tier here, and in that tier we are going to put, let's say, Mahmood, actually company, right? Let's say company Walmart, and then let's say Maria Baker, and then country US. Now if you run it, right, Walmart, Maria Baker and USA, now that UK is, instead of 5th, it is now 6th. So if you take a look, this is the first tier, this is the second tier, this is the third one, this is the fourth one, this is the fifth one, and then this is the island of trading, this is the sixth one, right? So developers will always be changing the code, and if you write your code in that way, then there is always a possibility, if they have added new code, then your this one will not be working. So you'll have to put, instead of 5, you'll have to put 6. So when you write code, you will be writing code in this way if you do not have any other way to identify the object. So this is your last option, because whenever there will be a change in the code, like if they put anything in between, your code will not be working. So this will be your last option. If you do not have any other way to identify the object, then you will be using it, and you will try to make it as, like, do not make it too big. Let's say this is absolute path. I'm going from the top and I'm coming all the way bottom. Let's say you can make it shorter. This XPath, you can make it shorter. So instead of putting all that thing, you can put tier 6 TD3. Now tier 6 TD3, it will still identify the object. The condition is you'll have to make sure that you do not have any other tier 6 TD3 before that. So inside the body, if you have multiple table, we can have multiple table. Let's say this is one table, right? Let me create another table. Let me create another table here. So this is another table, right? Now in this table, I'm going to say name is city, right? Now if you run it, can you see now I have two tables. Now if you put previously, let's say I'm going to change this. Instead of this, I'm going to put and then city Canton, right? Now if you run it, right, now remember, now your this code tr6 td3, it will be identifying this. tr6 means it will always be the first table. So this is the first table, this is the first tier, this is the second tier, this is the third, this is the fourth, this is the fifth, this is the sixth, and this td will be canton. So it will be identifying canton, right? So remember that if you want to identify, so if you write it in that way, it will be identifying this canton. But if you want to identify the second table, if you want to identify this UK, right, then you will have to give it, in this way. So this is the table 2. So what you will have to do, you will have to give absolute path, the whole path. How? So here instead of this, you will have to give, okay, if you do, you'll have to keep that HTML body, and then you'll have to, this is the second table, so you'll have to put table 2, and then tr6 td3. So let me, as I said, you can make the path shorter, but you will have to make sure that this is the only path, and there is no other path with this similar attribute. Now let's go to the actual application that we are automating. You all are familiar with this code where we have a caller and we have a library, right? So let's say we are going to identify that home link, right? I have this highlighter as well here. If you take a look, this highlighter method, inside the highlighter class I have a method highlighter, and I'm passing the driver and web element, right? And then it will be highlighting that web element that I'm passing, right? Now if you come here, CLS library, inside here, let's say I have a method home link. Can you see inside this application? Let me put this on aside. Now if you take a look here, this home, right? If you inspect it, this is the home. Now you come here, you right click and you say copy, and then you say copy xpath. Okay, now you go there in the code. So this is my Chrome driver. I'm going to find the element by xpath, and I'm going to put this xpath here. Can you see how big that xpath is? So it started with HTML and then body, and then there is a div. If you take a look, guys, if you scroll all the way up here, can you see it has a HTML, and the head tag is independent, and then the body, under body we have div, and under div we have table. So HTML body div table, right? HTML body div table. Can you see HTML body div table? And inside the table we have td, t body, tr, right? If you take a look inside the table, we have td, t body, tr, and then td, right? Can you see how it is writing? So it is absolute path, right? Now so we are identifying that object by that xpath, absolute xpath, right? Now if you run this code, let me save and run this code. You'll see that it will be highlighting that home tag, right? Can you see it was able to highlight that home tag? Now so let's come. So let's say that if you want to highlight this one, so typically if you take a look, this is home, this is flights, right? This is home, this is flights. Now for home it is this font A. Now if you go to the application, if you come down, so this is our home tag, and before that link, that is a anchor tag, we have a font tag, and before that font we have a td. So A Before that there is a font and then there is a TD. If you take a look here in the code, can you see that A and font and then TD2 and then TR1. So what does this mean, right? If you take a look in the application, T body, right, and then there is a TR, right? If you take a look, there will be multiple TR. There is a TR here, and then there is a TR under this T body. This is one of the TR, and then there is another TR, right? So which TR we are working with? TR1. And inside that TR, right, can you see? So TR1, and then we have TD1, TD2. So we are using TR1 and then not TD1, we are using TD2, and inside that TD we have font and then we have anchor tag A, right? So if you take a look here, can you see TR1, TD2, font A? Hopefully this does make sense, right? Now let's say that can you see I'm depending on so many things to be correct. So let's say instead of making it so many things, I want to make it shorter. So how will I do that? Can you see I'll keep up to this T body, right? Now we are calling it as relative xpath. If you want to use relative xpath, you have to use that double slash. And then how I am using T body, TR1, TD2, font tag, right? Now can you see I have a here, right? I have this T body, and then I have multiple TR. Out of those multiple TR, this is the first TR I'm using, so that's why I'm giving TR1, and then inside the TR1 I have 2 TD. I'm using the second one, so I'm giving TD2, and inside the TD I have a font, so I'm giving the font, and then this element home is an anchor. I'm giving anchor. Now if you run it again, you will see that it will be identifying that object. Okay, it is highlighting home, right? Now let's go write another method in the same way for the next link. So I'm going to write this one for, what is that link? Let's say flights. I'm going to identify flights here. Flights link. Function name will be lowercase letter, starting with lowercase letter. Now, right, let's take a look. So this flight, if you come here in this application, if you highlight this flight, inspect, now can you see it is inside? Can you see this was the home, right? Inside TD there is a font tag, and after the font tag there is a tag, okay? And then this is the second tier. Can you see? For the flights, this is the second tier, and inside that the first TD is nothing. The second TD, can you see it is how it is expanded? The second TD is the one, and inside that I have a tag. So that means what? T body and then TR2 and then TD2 and then A, right? So let's write it. If we go there, T body, and then I have TR2 and then I have TD2, and then I do not have any font, right? Now flight highlighting home link, and then we are going to highlighting flight select, right? So what you do, you go there. So here I'm going to say obj dot flight select, right? And then this. Now if you run it, let me close all of this browser. Right, home link flight select. Let's say we want to write another method to highlight these hotels. So what do you do? Inspect that hotel, you inspect. Now you will take a look that that hotel is again we want to highlight this hotel, right? So that hotel is again a tier, and inside the tier we have a TD, and then inside the TD we have an anchor tag, right? And then if you if you expand the previous tier, you will see that we had that the previous one, right? We have that TD, and then if you highlight this, that was the, let me see. So if I want to highlight this, inspect, right? So that is again, I can so this is the T body, and inside the T body, this is the first tier. This is the first tier where we have this TD, and then we have a font tag, and remember that home, this is the home, right? This is the home. So, and then this is the second tier, and then if you highlight it, can you see this is the flights, this is the second one, and then this is the third tier. If you go there, can you see Mercury under Honest, right? So this is the hotel, so what is that? Again it is inside T body, and then TR3, and then TD2. So here for that flights, it will be, if you go there, flights link, it will be yeah, this is the flights, and then I think hotels, right? For hotels, if I want to write another method, it will be this hotels link, highlighting hotels, and then T body TR3 and TD2A, right? So let me just call this obj dot, right? Now if you run it, you will see that it will be highlighting up to hotels. Right, can you see home, flights, hotels? So what is the summary that we have discussed? We have discussed, the HTML. We have provided an idea on how HTML works, what is HTML, and then we have written absolute XPath, that is we are putting the whole XPath, and then we have written relative XPath that starts with /, and then we have identified some objects. So your task will be in this is to identify all of these objects by using this relative xpath and also by full xpath, absolute xpath. Okay, so I'll leave this work for as a homework for you to identify all of this, write code to identify all of these objects by relative xpath and absolute xpath. Alright, that's all I wanted to discuss about xpath, guys. So we have learned different kind of xpaths. Now the another topic that I wanted to discuss today in this class is, in this video, is how you can pass value to a method, and then from that method how you can do calculation inside the method and return results to the main method. Okay, so let's create a new project, new Java project, and then I'm going to name it as parameters in method. Right, I'm naming this as parameters in method, and then click finish. Now inside that one, inside the src, I'm going to create a package. I'm going to name this package as whatever I like here, its name, finish, and then inside that I'm going to create a class. I can give any name, so I'm giving this name CLS, right? And then inside that method I'll have a main method so that I can execute it. Public static void main, string args. Okay, and then I'm going to create another class here where I'm going to write the method CLS, let's say I'm going to name it as library. Okay, now here I'm going to create an object of that CLS library. libobj equal to new CLS library. Okay. And then my goal is to, there will be a method that will be taking three parameters, two numbers and a what is called, and a symbol, plus, minus, subtraction or division. So plus, minus, multiplication and or division, and two numbers, and it will do the processing. So let's say I'm going to write a method here, public double. Remember, I'm not giving void here, instead of void I'm giving double. Public void, public double calculate result, right? And then this method will be receiving three parameters, double n1, double n2, and then a symbol, char operator, right? And then what it will do, it will check what is that operator. If let's say I'm going to use it as string. If op dot equals, right, equals class, then we are going to do something called let's say we have a variable here, double result. We are going to say that result equal to n1 plus n2, and then remember, when the calculation is done, right, when the calculation is done, initially we will put result equal to 0. When the calculation will be done, if you have said that double, that means it will return double. Now you have the result, so I'm going to say return this result. Okay, now so let's go there. So calculate result method is taking 3 parameters, n1, n2 and a operator, right? Now you go there, let's say we are declaring 3 variable here, two double variable, num1, num2, and then string operator, right? And then we'll be taking this value from input. So we are going to put a system dot out dot println, system dot out dot println. We are going to say system dot out dot println, enter the first number, right? And then if you want to take number from input, remember that you will have to have a scanner object, right? Scanner scobj equal to new scanner, and then here I'm going to say system dot in, right? Now I'll have to bring the corresponding import for that scanner. Now by using that scanner object, I will be taking value from input. Now let's say num1 equal to object dot next double. So I'm taking the first number, and then I'm going to take the second number from input. Second number, and then I'm going to say num2 equal to, right, next double, and then I'm going to take the, so I've taken 2 of the numbers from input, and then I'm going to take the operator, enter the operator, right, enter the operator. So here I'm going to say what is that variable operator. So let's put this operator here, and then it will be next, instead of next double it will be next string, right? So we got the 2 numbers and the operator, and an operator from input. Now we have this object. By this object we are going to call this calculate result, and then it will take 3 parameters. Remember that in the definition, right, in the definition we have 3 parameters. We have what? N1, N2 and operator. N1 and N2 is double, and the string is operator is string. So it is taking 3 parameters. So here when we are calling that method, we will have to pass 3 arguments here. So remember, when you define the method, right, here we are calling it as parameters. We have 3 parameters here. Now when you are calling that method to do an operation, then you will have to pass these arguments, right? What is the first argument? We have num1, and then we have num2, and then we have operator oprtr, right? oprtr, and then you close it, right? Now remember that method is returning a result, right? It is returning a result means when you call it, it will be returning a result, and when it will be returning, you can save it to a container. Now let's say we are going to declare another variable result, right? Now we can say result equal to, so whatever this method is returning, right, whatever result, it will be saved in that variable. Now we can say that system of println, we can say that result equal to, and then you put your plus here, and then result is in this result variable. Okay. Now if you run it, if you run this, let me run it. So it is asking enter the first number. Let's say my first number is 10.5. Enter the second number. Let's say my second number is 9.5. So 10.5, 9.5, and then it will be asked, okay, enter an operator, right? I'm going to input plus. Now can you see 10.5, 9.5, result equal to 20. So what is happening when I'm let me put a breakpoint here, right? Let me put a breakpoint here, and then let's do a debug execution. Now it is asking, okay, enter your first number. Let's say I'm going to say 5.5, and the second number I'm going to say 5, and then the operator I'm going to say, okay, my operator is plus. Now it is asking if you like, so now I'm in this line, right? Now if you take a look the variables, right? If you take a look the number 1, right? If you right click on it, and then if you say what is my watch. Okay, now if you click on watch exception, okay. So if you click on here, so this num1, right? Let's say I'm going to say watch. So let's say that here when I'm calling this, it is going to go to there, so second guys. Now can you see that num1 is, when we are calling this, we are passing num1 5.5, num2 5, and the value of this operator is plus. Now when I'm going into, right, so now I'm here. So if you'll take a look that if you watch this n1, right, what was and you see it is 5.5. so when you have passed from here, the first parameter was 5.5, the next argument was 5, and the third one was plus. So now you'll see that n1 is 5.5, n2 is 5, and then operator is plus. So then we are checking if that operator is plus. If it is plus, then we are doing n1 plus n2. We are adding these two number and saving the results in result, and then returning that result, right? So now if you keep going, you'll see that it will be saving the result and the value. Now if you watch the value of result, right, let me do a quick watch. The value of this result is 10.5, right? Now we are returning 10.5, right? You'll see that now I have I'm here. Now if you watch this result, right, at to watch, so result at the moment I do not have any value, but once I will be executing this line, you will see res, there will be a value in res. Now can you see there is a value in res, and then here we are outputting that 10.5. So to summarize what we did here, right, is we are taking a number here from the input and saving it to num1, let's say it is 11, and then we are taking another input, another number, and then operator, let's say plus, and then it is calculating from this method, it is calculating the result and returning the result to the caller class and displaying the result from here. So now your homework task will be, instead of plus, it can be minus, it can be multiplication, it can be division, whatever your operator, it will be doing the calculation. So you will be passing it to the parameter and it will be doing the calculation. You will be passing here as an argument, and then all the calculation will be done here. If it is minus, then it will be minus operation. If it is multiplication, then it will be multiplication. Else if it is division, it will be division operator, and then you return the result and you display the result from here. So I think you got two homeworks. One is XPath related, another one is how you can pass values to a method when you are calling it and you are returning result from the method. So these two homework I want to see you have done before the next class, and you will be sending me this homework so that I can review. Okay, alright guys, I think it was a pretty long video, but thank you for your patience, and I'll be talking to you in the class. Bye.